I have a new friend. Hi, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns podcast. This little giraffe is made by some of the women in the Watoto village. Um, the women of Uganda make quite a few items. They had bags, backpacks, jewelry, beautiful things. As you know, last night was the Watoto Children's Choir. And I went and I did film, and you're going to get to see that. But if you're not interested in hearing these children's story of salvation and stories of improvements in their lives and how to help the women and children of Uganda and what the Watoto Church does, then I would suggest you move on. But if you have an open mind, enjoy the concert. It was fantastic. I will tell you some of the footage is a little movie because I got into the concert and I was having fun. And then I remembered I was filming. So, yeah, I danced, I clapped, I jumped. Yeah, I had some fun. I wanted to show you this. This was a card that the kids prior to the concert were handing out. Now, we got to meet almost every one of the kids that are in the picture, with the exception of this little girl back here, because she was working the other side of the room. But when the kids are out there, they're very loving, very friendly, got a lot of hugs, got to meet a lot of the kids. Now, the gal that I was sitting with, she likes to take memories of things for her scrapbook and then to show her kids and her friends. This young man walked over to us, and because she had asked this little boy right here if this was him. And I said, no, that's not him, but this little boy, this is him right here. So when he walked over, she asked him if that was him, and he said yes. And then she asked him for his autograph. He looked at her and he goes, "You want my autograph? You want me to sign my full name?" And she was like, "Yes." So he sat down next to me. We handed him a pen. And of course, he wrote his full name. And I'm only going to remember the first part because it was very long. But his first name was Pippelin. And all these kids, you got lots of hugs, lots of friendly talk. We got to know their names. We got to learn a little bit of the language from Uganda. It is a fantastic concert. The kids put a great show on. It's very upbeat, full of energy, and you'll get to see that if you continue to watch. And I would hope that you would, because as the gentleman talks about at the very beginning, they are changing lives, and that you will never be the same after you see this concert. They have 95 choirs that tour the U.S. They do have a U.S. office, and you'll get to see some of that information. I'm going to leave a link down below for the Watoto website, where you can buy many of the items if you choose. Remember that this helps the church, it helps the children, it helps the women of Uganda because it gives them a job. So it was very interesting all in all. I had a fantastic night, and I hope you enjoy. I will see you again soon. Enjoy the concert. I did forget one thing I wanted to tell you. A lot of these children are from orphanages, or fathers have been killed during war or whatever is going on in Uganda. But when you're watching part of the concert, you'll notice the two women down in the front in the chairs that are conducting the children in the choir. But right off to the left of the screen, where the two chairs are, you'll see a couple in one of the songs standing and clapping, and their 2 children are sitting in front of them. This couple and their children drove from Canada because they sponsor one of the children that are in the concert. So they drove from Canada to meet the child that they have been sponsoring for the past year. So, you know, when you sponsor a child, you get contact information, you get to write back and forth, those kind of things. So this was a very unique experience for this family to be able to meet the child that they are sponsoring. I just wanted to let you know that because I thought that was very neat, part of the whole situation. So, again, enjoy the concert.
When I was put together there, you knew my name. All the days of my life were planned before I came to be. And when I woke up, you were there. You man our way. I am your child. You man our way. You are my God. You man our way. I cannot live without you. Precious to me. There are so many. If I could count them, there'll be more than all the rays of sun. I wake up and you are still with me. You are my family and I love you. Joanna, away. I am your child. Joanna, away. You are my God. Joanna, away. I cannot live without you. Joanna, away. I am your child. Joanna, away. You are my God. Joanna, away. I cannot live without you. And so begins our story. I'm so grateful for the joy that I've found in you. My eyes bursting with songs of joy that
would like to teach you a new song. Are you ready to learn something new? It is so simple. We're gonna sing and dance, and you guys are also gonna sing and dance after us. Are you ready? Put your hands together. Come on. That's right. Here we go. Jesus, we lift your name on high. Your name on high. Be lifted high. Sing.
Jesus, we lift your name on high. Your name on high. Be lifted high.
Jesus, we lift your name on high. Your name on high. Be lifted high. Say.
Jesus, we lift your name on high. Your name on high. Be lifted
Everybody like this, come on. Jesus, your name be glorified, be glorified, be lifted high. Say,
Jesus, your name be glorified, be glorified, be lifted
sing it again. Jesus, your name be glorified, be glorified, be lifted high. Say,
Jesus, your name be glorified,
your name is higher, be lifted high. Come on, everybody like this. Come on, that's
abandoned on a street. A kind person took me to the local police station and later I spoke to Watoto. Today, I am 10 years old and I know that my identity is in Jesus. calling us. Your story may be different, but Jesus is the same. He is faithful, loving, and kind, and He cares about you. He hears us when we call on Him and meets us right where we are.
When mountains stand before
loved us unconditionally. He has considered us. He has been faithful even when we have been faithless. He has picked us from places where everyone else has left us. He has been there for us when everyone has run away from us. He is faithful. He is our King. He is our protector. He is our provider. Just begin to love on Him. Begin to acknowledge Him. We love you, Jesus. Thank you so much, oh God, that today we can stand with this life that you have given us. We can breathe. Sometimes we have been beaten down, but we are still standing because of you. We thank you. We glorify you, oh God. In Jesus' name. And everyone says amen. Amen. About an hour ago, all these children and the whole team were in the back room praying. We were praying for this evening, and we were praying for you. That when you come, we would have a great time together. That we would sing and dance and just have a beautiful evening. But beyond all of that, the cry of our hearts was that you and us will experience God's love. We believe every word that we have been singing. There is power in the name of Jesus. Yes. There is power to heal, power to deliver, power to restore and to set free. And I can feel that there is someone in this room right now who needs this power. So we're going to take some time and pray and talk to God. The Bible tells us that He does not only hear prayer, but He also answers prayer. Amen. So take this time right where you're seated and talk to God about anything. He is here and is listening. Let's do that right now. We pray that you will heal and touch and fill whatever space that is empty. Right now, we believe you for miracles here tonight. We believe for healing, for salvation, for restoration. Whatever it is that has been placed before you, Lord, we know that you have the power to make it happen. So we surrender it all to you and ask. Let your will be done. Give us peace. Give us hope. Give us laughter. Take away the heaviness of heart. Take away depression. Take away stress. Take away sicknesses. Shine your light through us and in us. Let us experience your love here tonight. In Jesus' name. And everyone says amen. Right now, I would like us to sing that tag one more time, that indeed our God has no limitation. He can do all things if we trust Him. Together, let's sing it out. You have no limitation. Sing.
You have no limitation. No power can stand against you. You're the great I am.
Sing, your name is above all names.
Your name's above all names. No power can stand against you. You're the great I am. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus.
and you do not have a personal relationship with this Jesus that we are singing about. Or maybe you've known him once, but along the way, things went wrong and you lost it. I believe it's not really about being a good person or having a lot of fame, but it's about having a personal relationship with the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. It's being sure of eternity. He already loves you and he needs no other reason. In fact, he loved us all so much that he gave us his very best, Jesus, that we would all be restored back to him. So right now, I just want to request you to bow down your heads. And if you're seated here in this room right now, and you have not yet received Jesus, I am going to count from 1 up to 3. I want you to raise that hand high. We would like to pray with you, and above all, Jesus is here to receive you. So 1, 2, 3. Just raise that hand right now, right where you're seated. Thank you so much. I can see those hands. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're going to say a very short prayer together. And I want to encourage all the believers in this room to repeat this prayer with those who are saying it for the very first time as an encouragement. Let's pray together. Say, Jesus, here I am. Jesus, I need you. Come into my heart and make me new. Today, I receive your love. Comfort me. Heal me. Teach me your ways. And give me the strength to believe. From today, I confess with my mouth that Jesus is my Lord and my Savior. I belong to him and he belongs to me. The past is gone, the new has come. I'm a new creation in Jesus' name, and everyone says amen. Come on, let's appreciate them. Yes. Wow, what a joy. The Bible makes it clear that heavens rejoice for the one soul that has returned to Jesus. At the end of this all, please don't be in a rush to leave. Our pastors and the leaders of this church are going to be right here at the front. They would like to receive you and connect with you and help you as you begin this beautiful journey of salvation. Come on, let's appreciate them one more time. Yeah! Yes! As a matter of fact, why don't we all rise up on our feet and we do a song of celebration? Yeah! Come on, rise up on your feet. Take the person next to you and give them a high five. Yeah! Alright, now put your hands together. Come on. That's right. Yeah. Everybody jump around. arms are jumping. That's great. Why don't you turn to the person next to you and you actually tell them, good job. Good job. You having a good time?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you can do better than that. You're having a good time. Do you think that kids are doing a good job? Good job. I'm going to ask them to go and take a short break. They will be back. Please clap for them as they go and as you take your seats. Thank you so much for having us here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Edwin. My wife and I, maybe please stand up. That's my wife. We have the amazing privilege of giving leadership to this team, and it's something that we are so excited about. Now, in the house, anybody here that has ever seen Watoto before tonight? All right, all 6 of you came. That's good. That's very encouraging. Okay, everybody say Watoto.
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 It is not Watutu. I find someone saying Watutu, you say no, it's Watoto. I would like to tell you our Watoto story right now. My name, like I said, is Edwin, and as Watoto, we come from Uganda. Uganda is found in East Africa. I believe that Uganda is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. Uganda is also known as the Pearl of Africa. Uganda has beautiful people, amazing food. We have the best pineapples and bananas in the world. If you don't believe me, you can tell somebody I said so. We have amazing weather. People say that Africa is hot. Well, Uganda, where we come from, is warm. Now, Pennsylvania, on the other hand,
Is hot.
is hot. I have experienced your heat, and I was told that is nothing, that is summer. And I'm like, so how hot does it get? Well, much as Africa is full of all these beautiful things, there's also a part of Africa that's not too pretty, that's not very nice. And unfortunately, that's the part that the media gets to show you most of the time. But we believe that Africa should not be like that, because Africa has so much potential. We also come from a church called Watoto Church, and at Watoto Church we do 2 things. We celebrate Christ and we care for community. Back in the day, about 30 years ago, the greatest need in our country was with the orphaned children. And as a church, we started to rescue children. We started with 8 children. Today, God has been so gracious. We have rescued over 4,000 children. We also started to rescue babies that have been left in hospitals, some in places that I cannot even tell you about. Today, 10 of the children that were up here leading us in worship were rescued as babies. Can you imagine that? And they know, like little Matilda said, they know that their identity is in Christ Jesus. It does not get better than that. Where was I? Well, God allowed us to have such an impact in our community, to start looking out for another group of people that is hurting, and that is the women, the vulnerable women. Because God says in His word in James that the kind of religion that God the Father would accept to be as pure is the one that looks after the widow and the orphan in their despair, and not to be polluted by the world. So God led us to another group of people to come alongside, and these are the vulnerable women. God has allowed us to come alongside over 4,000 of these women. And these are not just numbers that I may tell you to feel excited about anything, but think about them as individual lives, individual people whose stories have been changed.
And I would like to show you a video of some of these stories. They are amazing stories that will not leave you the same. Please watch the screen.
They said my children is going to school. I cried because I found my children is happy. My child is happy. Hello, I'm Maria Namgen. My name is Paulina. I have 3 children.
This is my mom. She has raised 12 children.
I want my children to be better than me. Because me, I didn't get better life. I want my children to get better future. My husband left me with my pockets. My mom didn't love me because she told me that my father loved her. I wasn't happy because no one loves me. Watoto gave me a Bible and told me how to read and how to forgive. I learned forgiveness and I forgive my mom. My dream is to build a house.
I have a dream for being a doctor. I will build a very big house.
Watoto teach me daily never can solve.
Watoto told my mother to do a business.
Now I know I'm a mother, I have to work for my children. I can work with all my strength, I can work for my children.
This is Nani's shop. She sells Watoto so that we get school fees. The business is so good, she has asked people to work on her shop. When I grow up, I like to be like my mother because she is a very good businesswoman.
Watoto is empowering the mothers in our neighborhoods, not only with job skills, but also with helping their children to attend school.
I go to school now. My brother goes to Watoto. He's got a very good report. You know, I'm also a social leader. My favorite subject in class is science.
In neighborhood, I have friends, especially that is my friend. Paulina is my friend. Hey, my good friend. I thank God for Watoto for making my life better than it was.
Hi everyone. My name is Elizabeth and my mom is one of the 4 other ladies that Watoto has supported. My father and I were very good friends and I loved him very much. But when he fell sick, he went away. So my mother struggled to care for my twin brother and I. Through Watoto neighborhood, we were able to join one of the Watoto schools. During school time, we stay with one of the lovely moms in the village and have many new friends. At school, I am learning many new things, but my favorite is our cooking class because we learn how to bake and get to eat what we have cooked. During holidays, I spend time with my mom and I tell her all the things we are learning. When I grow up, I want to be a head teacher so that I can give other children a chance to study.
Amen.
When we go home, I have asked Liz to take me to her class. I'd like to get some of those good things, some of the cakes, some cupcakes or something. Well, Liz and I have something in common. 20 years ago, I was one of the first children that Watoto rescued. Normally when I say that, people clap their hands. But it's okay. This is choir 96, and that means we have had 95 choirs since 1994. Going all over the world, sharing our stories, telling people about the love of God and about the hope that God has restored to our hearts. I had the privilege of traveling on choir number 3, and I'd like to show you a picture of choir number 3 that had the cutest boy ever. Here you go. If you're very keen, you should know who that is. On your top right there. That's me 20 years ago. both my parents had passed away. And as a little boy, this was so hard for me. My mother used to tell me, son, you can become anything that you want in the world. And I believed her. She had nothing really, but I believed my mother. For some reason, I wanted to make music, and I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to see new faces and new places. But when my mother died, she died with my dreams, and I would not dare dream again. But then God came through for me. When I came to Watoto, all my dreams were given back to me. I traveled on this choir, and I knew then that I would and I could become anybody that I wanted to become in the world. 20 years down the road, here I am today, and I'm living my dream.
Yes.
I was so thankful. I was so privileged to be a part of the team that put together all the music that you just heard. And this is something I've been doing for the last couple of years. But for me to live my dreams, for Elizabeth to stand before you to have her dreams, to have all these kids here, this has all happened because the church decided that, you know what, we will not just sit back and enjoy a good old time in church. We will not just sit back and enjoy worship and great sermons, but we will go out and be the change that God wants us to be. But we will go out and be the church, be the hands and the feet and the body of Christ. That's why I am a testimony today. The Bible says in Ephesians chapter 1 verse 23 that the church that you see is not peripheral to the world, but the world is peripheral to the church. How I understand that is that the church should be at the center of everything that's happening in the world. I understand that this way, that the world should look to us for inspiration, not the other way around. That they should look to us to be inspired. The Bible continues on to say that the church is Christ's body through which he acts, through which he brings healing, and through which he brings his very presence to everything on this planet. And guess what? You and I are the church. You and I are that church that the Bible is talking about. Any organization in the world can put food on your table, a roof over your head, maybe even some education in your head. But there's none that can bring back value, dignity, to an individual like the church, simply because Jesus works through the church, and he wants to work through you. We live in a very dark world. Everything around us seems to be dark. When you turn on the news, there's something bad going on somewhere around the world. But that should not be a discouragement to us, because you know why? God is activating the church right now. You and I, to go out and be the change that we want to see. And as the darkness sets in upon this world, God is setting off these little lights of you and myself and everybody here to be the light on the hill. You remember that little song, that short song we used to sing back in the day? This little light of mine, come on. I'm gonna let it shine. Everybody. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. That was not just a nursery rhyme that we learned. That is what it's all about. That's why God called us into his marvelous light. Not so that we just sit back and enjoy his presence. There's no problem with that. The Bible says that one day in his presence is better than 1,000 days elsewhere. But we have a responsibility. But for that responsibility, we have to make a choice. You have to choose and say, yes, I will go. I will be your hands, I will be your feet, I will do whatever it is you want me to do, Jesus. And you don't have to be the richest person in the world to do this kind of stuff. In fact, you don't even have to wait until you have a microphone in your hand to bring about a difference in someone's life. Because even a cup of water that has been served with love can bring a difference in someone's life. You don't have to go to Africa to make a difference. That would be cool though. So I'm just saying. If God calls you to go to Africa, please go. If God calls you to go to Haiti, to wherever, Jamaica, Yaman, go. Alright? But start in your very community. Right here. There's somebody who's in need of the love of God, whether they know it or they don't. All you have to do is stretch your hand and give it out to them. That is our message tonight. That the church, we will go out of the buildings and start real church. Because real church does not happen here. It happens out there. Amen?
Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
Now, at Watoto, we are only able to do what we do because of the faithful partnerships of friends and sponsors and partners from all over the world, including yourselves here tonight. So thank you for coming out. In fact, I would like to celebrate a special group of people. If you are here and you sponsor someone, maybe through Watoto, it could be through Compassion International, any other organization, please put your hand up. Everybody, if you're here. Wow, let's clap for these people. Let's clap for them. Thank you. Thank you. You may never get to meet the people that you support, but on their behalf, I am saying thank you so much, and may God richly bless you. One day, you will be in heaven, and somebody will come and say, hey, because you gave, I'm here today. So thank you very much. I would like to celebrate another very special group of people, a family that drove. I know I didn't tell you guys, and I'm not putting you on the spot. These guys, Jeff Moore, Jeff DeMore, yeah. And your family, please stand up. Please stand up. Now, these are very special people to us. They drove all the way from Canada. 7 hours to come and see their sponsored child who is on this choir. Come on. This kind of stuff just melts my heart. Thank you so much for doing that. This is what it's all about. So thank you so much. And to everybody here that supports somebody around the world, thank you for what you're doing. May God bless you. We had a privilege of meeting up with some of our partners from around the world, and they have amazing stories of what God has done in their lives. And we would love to share with you those stories. So please watch the screen.
They must be a doctor or nurse, but I'm just an ordinary person.
I feel like I'm just an average person who gets up every day and goes to work. It really actually bothered me, my comfortable, complacent lifestyle, earn money, do my sports, just fulfill my desires. Man, I'm thinking, God, where are you going to use me? I have no purpose in this life.
So the week before Coleman had gone to heaven, we were all out here working on the property, and my dad had told Coleman to just go hop up there in the top of the barn and let Papa take your picture. And so sweet, he hopped up there with his RC Cola and looked so sweet, and little did we know that probably
Was the last picture.
was the last picture.
it's a joy and a contentment.
And we're just loving people and we're being loved back. And that's why I go to Uganda.
He's such a good teacher. He has pushed me ahead to help me learn more.
Sponsoring Miriam is as important as my own life. I think a few times I thought about maybe stop sponsoring her, but I was like, no. Yeah, now to think about it, the same way I stuck to sponsor Miriam is the same way that God stuck to his plan to save me.
It settles the barren woman in her home as a happy mother of children. So that's about a woman that cannot bear any child. Straight away, the message struck me, about Watoto. So many years, I have so many children. Most of the children know me as Mama Grace. Yes, I do have family. They are Watoto.
While Coleman will be absent this side of heaven, are trying to live the things that were special to him, no, that won't stop.
It's been 5 years since the boys from Watoto have been here. I mean, they were standing right here, drinking milkshakes, laughing with Coleman, and Watoto has brought us so much hope and helped us keep our eyes on eternity.
This business, this building, every bit of it, it's just ours to steward.
When I saw the choir, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is my sponsored child, Contento. When he was only 10 years old, 16 years old. You feel happy when you're with your family, right? Although Turkey is my hometown, this is my other home, where all my family members are. Even though we look a bit different, God loves me. God loves him. We are his children. That's why I keep saying that. I'm part of Watoto's family.
Well, we start our day together and we pray for our daughters in Uganda.
When I was pregnant, Coleman wanted his sisters so badly. When we hosted, it was 6 little boys. We were building a house for our son, so we just naturally assumed that when we were told who would live in the house, that it would be 8 little boys. But whenever the Watoto representative began to read through the names, Mercy, Sunday, Sarah, Violet, and I'm like, these don't sound like little boy names. It was as if the Lord deposited to my heart. And now Coleman has 8 sisters. 8 little girls that live in his house that complete the sisters that he always wanted. It's the acknowledgement that God chose those 8 for the Mitchells. And that he had those 8 kids set apart just for us. Because as much as they might have needed us, we needed them.
From heaven stairs, where the angels and cherubim all do declare, we sing hallelujah, we sing hallelujah.
No matter where you are, you matter. God loves you. We've been in Uganda for over 30 years, and we've answered the call to go and share Christ's love to a hurting world. Simply put, Watoto is a church that celebrates Christ and cares for community. We are inviting you to partner with us as we rebuild this beautiful nation. We need your prayers. And who knows, you might actually be the answer to that prayer. We have an office here in the United States. We love for you to consider partnering with us to share your heart, wisdom, and love. We could never do what we do without your faithfulness.
Thank you. Very briefly, I would like to share with you a couple of ways that you can partner with Watoto. Number one, like Pastor Judas just said, we need your prayers. There's so much work to be done, so every time you think about Watoto, please pray for us. Number two, we need sponsors. We need people to sign up to sponsor the children that we have. Some of the children are for the neighborhood mothers, like Elizabeth's mom. There's so many ladies like that that have kids, and we would like to support them. So please come and sign up. You can also sponsor a mother that looks after these kids in the Watoto villages. When you sign up, you get a profile. Now here, I have a profile of Dorothy. You will find that her information, her story, will be in the back of this. When you sign up, you help us keep the promise we made to these beautiful children and these moms that we would help them and take care of them. So for $38 every month, you can make a difference in your life. After the service, I will be right there in the foyer with Olivia and Jimmy. We will help you sign up, so please consider doing that. Number 3, we need partners in any kind of field that you are into. You could be a teacher, you could be a doctor, you could be a nurse, you could be a farmer, you could be someone who makes concrete or a builder. Whatever it is you do, we need your help. So consider partnering with us in any way that you think you can. You could have cool ideas that can help us take this thing to the next level. So please come and have a chat with me or one of us after the service back there. We will connect you to our office that's here in the United States, in Florida. And let's see how you and us together can get this thing to the next level. But as far as the United States office Watoto is concerned, our greatest need right now is with our bus. Did anybody see a big white bus parked right there? Beautiful bus? Oh, come on, nobody? Oh, okay. I was like, what? That thing is so beautiful to miss. For a long time, we were driving a 1988 model bus. Please bring that up. That one. We were driving that bus for a very long time, about 15 years, and it served us so well. But a few months ago, it was found to be unfit for us to use. So we took a lease on a newer bus, the 2007. Boy, that baby rides so smooth. we are always sleeping half the time. It's so good. But the lease is almost out. By December, it will be out. And we would love to buy that bus. It's only going to cost us, I'm saying only because I have faith, it's only costing us $275,000. Oh, come on, people, have some faith with me. We serve a God to whom this is nothing, all right? So whatever you can donate to help us, move that bus! Whatever you can do to help us, please come. We take cash and we take plastic. That was supposed to be another joke, but you can get that on your way house. So please come. We also have merchandise we brought all the way from Africa. Some of the merchandise was made by the ladies of the neighborhood program, like this necklace right here. Look at how beautiful Elizabeth looks. Huh? Ladies, I can see you going like, okay, honey, give me your wallet, give me the card, please. Ladies, please ask your husbands for the wallets and the cards. Just go and shop. It's not too early for you to get something for Christmas for somebody. So please come. We have the music you heard on CD and much more music. In case you don't know what a CD is, young people, in case you don't know what a CD is, we have download cards. You can buy the card and you can download the music straight to your phone or to your tablet or to whatever it is that young people use these days. On behalf of our pastors, oh, one more thing before I forget, yes. We have a book that has more stories. It has more stories of the ladies of neighborhood. Some of the stories that you just heard on in the video, we have more. Our founder, Marilyn Skinner, wrote a book. This book is awesome. Ladies, this could be one of your books to do with the book club. So please come and pick one for yourself or for somebody who you think might enjoy this. And on behalf of our pastors, Gary and Marilyn Skinner, I would like to say thank you so much for having us here today. We have had such an amazing time. We hope you have had a good time too. Yeah? No? Thank you. Thank you very much. May God richly bless you. Miss Lynette, oh, there you are.
Bye.
song we're going to sing is called Pelu. It's a phrase in one of our local languages, and it means do not fear. It's an encouragement to all of you that whatever God has put on your heart, do not fear. He will be with you every step of the way.
I
As said earlier by Edwin, indeed Jesus is calling each one of us to be his hands and his feet, to shine the light of his love right where we are. So as Watoto family, we would love to encourage you as an individual, as a family, as a community, actually as a church, to respond and say, yes, we will go. Can we do that? Yes. All right, everyone say, we will go. We will go. Come on, shout it out, say, we will go. We will go. Then that song says, we will go.
Open my eyes to see the need. Open my ears to hear the cry. The broken hearted, the wounded soul, you're calling us. We will go, we will be your hands and feet. We will run, we will reach silence to peace. Shine the light of the love to the end of the night. We will go, we will go, we will go.
There are lots of things things for you to take home with you. So feel free to get something for yourself, for your children, for a friend, for your neighbor, or maybe even your enemy. Alright, so and again, if you love to take pictures with the children, feel free to do that. They're going to be just outside. And thank you so much for coming. May God richly, richly bless you.